Hello, buddy. Yeah, I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a very long time, but I just had to take some time off. In fact, I'm now literally going on holiday any second now. But I just realised the Premier League's back.
Oh, yes!
Oh yeah, Premier League's back, and you know what that means? A Premier League prediction video. And last time, I did bloody awful. Got all the positions wrong. Heck, I even got 8 comments down below, so let's give it another crack. Why not? Why not indeed? So let's start off with the bottom 3. 20th, Burnley. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. You lot got screwed massively, haven't you? I can see it now. You don't need a crystal ball to predict Burnley. You lose your best goalkeeper, your best player. Scott Parker will have a meltdown and then get sacked, and then Burnley will crumble. I don't see any new improvement signings. You lost your best midfielder as well. Don't get me wrong, Kyle Walker's a good signing if he was 5 years younger in his peak. So I think it's safe bets to say Burnley will be relegated next season. 19th, Leeds. This one might be a little bit controversial, but just hear me out. Yes, you got some good signings into the club, can't get me wrong. Got the goalkeeper position, which you desperately need. I think you do need a striker, because I don't rely on Joao that much, to be fair. But the one thing is convincing me Leeds will get relegated next season. It's your gaffer, really. Daniel Farker will get yourself relegated. If you don't believe me, Leeds fans, ask Norwich City. Twice he's got relegated with the club. And yeah, you may have spent more money than Norwich City, but you haven't got much confidence in them in the Championship even. I was at the last game of the season. We were 1-0 up against you. You were chanting you're getting sacked in the morning. What kind of confidence does that bring upon your manager? I think he'll get relegated, you'll struggle to find a new manager, and it'll be, next thing you know it, too little too late, it's mate, you're down, pretty much. 18th, Brentford. You lot got picked to the bones by vultures, didn't you? You lost your best manager, you lost your best players, and heck, people are whispering, I think this might be times Brentford Moneyball won't save him this time. The replacement as well doesn't really inspire confidence either. Yeah, Jordan Henderson, experience, but again, like Kyle Walker. And your manager's a set-piece coach? He could prove me wrong, but I'm not that confident, to be honest with you. 17th, Sunderland. Okay then, I think Sunderland might survive the drop because, yes, they spent more than the newly promoted clubs, but I think they spent wisely, unlike Ipswich they did last season. They just spent on any other Premier League player. Well, these lot are spending on unknown talents that could, or positions they do need, and could survive the drop. So I think they'll be the newly promoted club that can actually survive the drop. 16th, West Ham. Doesn't inspire confidence with you, does it really, West Ham? No, last season you were mediocre, and if it weren't for the newly promoted clubs, you'd be in a lot more worse state. You haven't solved the biggest issue, which is your striker, so this could be a very turmoil season for the Hammers. 15th, Fulham. Again, doesn't really inspire confidence for you with new players, in fact. Raheem Sterling might be a good signing, but again, it doesn't bring you much confidence. 14th, Crystal Palace. I feel sorry for you. You won the FA Cup in the first time in your history. Such a huge accomplishment. Europa League football on the way, and then you only decide to be an absolute financial twat, and you're demoted to the Conference League. It's an absolute piss steak. And the fact is that you haven't got enough rotations to survive European and the league football as well. It could be a bit straining, and it could cause a lot of injuries, and it could be a very terrible time for you Crystal Palace fans. 13th, Wolves. Yeah, they've mostly survived the relegation, but I think their manager could have the job unlocked. He seems very emotional with the fans, and as well as that, he can take them to higher places. Mid-table finish. 12th, Brighton. Unknown talents, yes, I know. They could prove me wrong, and as well like that, the manager proved me wrong last time. 11th, Bournemouth. Bournemouth had a summer they really want to forget, to be honest with you. You lost your best centre-back to Real Madrid. To be honest with you, I couldn't believe the fact that Bournemouth sold a player to Real Madrid. Who would expect that 10 years down the future? As well as that, you lost your best left-back to Liverpool. And you haven't done much to replace him yet. The front line hasn't been untouched, so it could produce some good football, and it has done last season. 10th, Everton. Now, this might be a little bit 50-50, but with the new stadium here, it could be a bit costly. Players can't get into it. It could cause turmoil. But the matter of fact is David Moyes can keep a club up and keep them fighting. And as well as that, with new signings on the way, it could cause a mid-table finish. 9th, Nottingham Forest. Don't get me wrong, it could have been a lot worse. You losing Morgan Gibbs-White, but giving him a new contract, you must have gave him some extra pay, you know what I mean? But still, the matter of the fact is you haven't done much to improve from it. You lost Elanga, which I think is an absolute devastating blow because he was such a good player for yourselves. Haven't done much apart from some new Brazilians that could produce some talent. You never know. It's Brazilian talent. It's like playing the roulette. You could score, you could fail. And with European football, the Conference League awaiting you, you've still got to get that balance right of amount of players to help you in the Conference League as well as that in the league as well. So that could cost him. And Chris Wood, sadly, he's getting older by the days. 8th, Manchester United. Why so high up, Jordan? Manchester United had one of the most worst seasons ever last time. I think, and quote me wrong on this, they've actually had a good window. Getting Brian Mbabu from Brentford, the price would literally leave me panicking. But the quality of player he is and experience was great. Mateus Cunha, again, experienced Premier League goal scorer. Manchester United need to pick the bones of lower league clubs to go on the up. They did it before with Ferguson for the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Carlos Tevez. They could do it again. And with no European weight on their shoulders, they can focus on the cup, they can focus on the league a lot more. 7th, Newcastle United. You lot, I think there's a conspiracy theory to ruin Newcastle. People are getting scared of you. So what do? They weaken you by the knee. And I would go on and on about the failed transfers of Newcastle United, but this video right here sums it up perfectly.
Stop! 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 This time. Stop! Stop!
It gets even worse if Isak leaves, your best ever player. If he goes to Saudi, disappointment for you. Well, actually, I'm not sure since you are owned by the Saudi government. Getting Elanga, brilliant signing, don't get me wrong, but you just need to improve that back line. And since the fact you got Ramsdale in there, oh boy, you ain't got a chance in hell, especially with football, European football away. 6th place, Aston Villa. Can somebody tell me what Aston Villa did this summer? That's right, FFP kind of ruined them, to be honest with you, but they've got the quality players and they've got young players, in fact, so they can get better by age. So that's why I think Aston Villa will do all right. Get European football once again. Yes, challenging for top 4. Very unlikely, but Unai Emery is the guy. If you keep him in charge, don't do nothing stupid and sack him, you'll be all right. 5th, Tottenham. Now, this might be a little bit risky, but I'm going with Tottenham Hotspur and the other European spots as well. Sacking Big Ant, I thought was a mistake. He won you a trophy. The memes are dead because of that guy, and you sacked him. Yes, the league position was one of the worst I've ever seen. I would finish 2nd from bottom, but still win the FA Cup. I'll frickin' take it. Thomas Frank, on the other hand, as his replacement, not bad. Seems to prove it in Brentford every single season. The step up to a bigger challenge awaits at Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. But I think with the experience, he'll be absolutely fine. With some of the signings you made, yeah, you can do wonders. 4th place, Chelsea. Now, this is before they could sign Xavi Simons, which I think will be an absolute flop, in my honest opinion. Because mainly, in fact, Cole Palmer plays in the same position, so what's the point in even signing him? But with Chelsea, so many players and selling some dead wood helps them to get some new signings in. I think for first time ever, Chelsea are being smart with their transfers. Will it fight them for the title? No. Will it get them top 4? Yeah, pretty much. 3rd, Manchester City. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is Pep Guardiola's last ever season with the club, and I think it won't be ending well for him. Manchester City had a clear out. Get rid of some of the old players, getting some new younger players in, bringing excitement around the club. Will these players deliver on the first season of being called on? Absolutely no. I could be wrong like most of the times and absolutely produced wonders the first time they've ever performed in the Premier League with Manchester City. But with these things, they take time. You don't expect to buy an absolutely beautiful car, test it out, and afterwards, after the first day, you don't like it. No, it takes time with these things, and it's same with Manchester City squad. 2nd place, Arsenal. so close to putting them first. I really was so close to putting them first. Especially Victor Gyökeres sign, and I was like, oh, that's it. Arsenal's going to win it, and we're not going to hear the end of it from Arsenal supporters. But just the fact that, I can't trust Arteta to get the job done. That's my only opinion. Just something about Arsenal that will bottle another title fine. Again, I just don't think they have what it takes. First place, Liverpool. Defending champions will get the title again. Literally, their signings will prove me wrong every way. Every position, Liverpool have brought a new signing in, increasing the quality, and I think as well, Emmanuel Slot wants to win the Champions League as well. There's so many good players. The price, a little bit hesitant, but the positions was definitely needed. And I think as well, Liverpool have got this title in the bag. Right, folks, that's my Premier League predictions. I can't wait to hear myself in next year saying how I got all these positions wrong again, but I could be proven wrong. Thank you so much for joining. First video of mine will come out in September. Apologies for the wait. Hope you lot are doing well, and I'll see you fantastic people later.